Hey guys, so it is Ella and today we are going to be doing a Q&A. A while ago on my Instagram I asked some of you guys to send me some of your biggest questions, that kind of thing, so let's hop into it. What is your biggest pet peeve? Okay, so my biggest pet peeves are people texting while driving, people chewing with their mouths open, people playing out of tune, and people changing lanes without using their turn signals. Just use your turn signals. It's not that hard. Okay, sorry, I just got a little heated. Also, people that don't water their plants. Like, I know I'm bad at this too, but just, if you're going to have a plant, just water it. Thanks. Bands that I haven't gotten tired of. I used to be in a super emo, edgy phase, and then I became a classical violinist as a job and career-wise. I don't really listen to that stuff anymore. I don't know. The Arctic Monkeys are one of my all-time favorite bands. They aren't really super edgy, but I really like them. Chelsea Grin and Whitechapel were my deathcore go-tos. Also, My Chemical Romance and Pierce the Veil are excellent for my edgy days. How much do you miss middle school? I don't really miss it that much. I think I didn't have the greatest time since I didn't really know how to find people that I actually enjoyed spending time with. Not to say the people I hung out with weren't good people or anything, I think I had a hard time differentiating between true friends and just people that you enjoy being with, if that makes sense. It was a good time. Things were simpler to a certain extent, but it was just very hard to have the right frame of mind for a lot of things, like thinking logically about relationships and balancing school and just stressing out way too much over life and the way I looked when I was in 7th grade. What's in your backpack? Well, I guess you can go to my video I posted a few weeks ago, and that'll answer your question. How were finals last semester? Finals were actually not terrible. It was kind of a rough semester for me, but I think in the final portion of the semester, I did quite well, and it was just, I had gotten a bad start that time. I can talk a little more about that in the future, but they were okay. They're motivating me to try even harder this semester. Yeah. Where do you get your fashion inspiration from? Best Dressed, she is a great YouTuber. Urban Outfitters and their models. Pinterest, Tumblr. I'm very basic. And also I go to an art school and everyone there dresses very interestingly and it's kind of rubbing off on me now. Current repertoire. Right now I am playing the Saison Violin Concerto No. 3, which I really like. Sarasate's Zigeunerweisen. Bach, Partita No. 3, the Jig. I'm gonna put in the name of the Bach I'm doing. How do you manage music and school? You don't. Sort of, just kidding. It can be really rough. I think one of the most important things to me has always been managing your time really well and just, no matter how tired and stressed out you are, force yourself to get something done that day. Even if you have to choose a specific area that you're going to be lacking in, choose something that you know is a priority and just get that done, and then go from there. If you have a competition coming up in a day, practice for that competition, or if you have a really big exam, sometimes you have to know what your priorities are. I think that's a really important thing, and it can be hard to kind of choose when you need to focus on what. But overall, divide your time well, make sure you're healthy, but make sure you're giving your best to all the areas of your life. Hash browns. Yeah, hash browns are delicious. They're very carb and fat heavy. McDonald's has good hash browns, but home fries are so good. Why did you start playing the violin? Well, to be honest, I was sort of forced to when I was 6 years old, I would say. I have a very musical family and I kind of had to play an instrument. It wasn't something I would have gone out of my way to pursue on my own, but I'm glad I did because it's been a long time since then and I've grown a love and appreciation for it. Skate life. The only skating experience I have is that stupid app that I have on my phone. It's like really fun, and you just like do this and you do like flips. I'm sorry. Where do you get your bagels? I go to Goldstein's in Arcadia. They're like kind of good, but in my area there aren't a lot of great bagel shops. So let me know if you have any bagel recommendations in the area. Favorite vegan ice cream? I really like the Ben & Jerry's vegan flavors, the So Delicious stuff, and the mochi, matcha green tea, like mochi balls from Trader Joe's. Those are vegan and they're so good. What tips do you have for juggling school and other activities? I think, like I said before, know what your priorities are and what you realistically do have time for. I would say scheduling practicing into your calendar is essential. Don't treat practice as just, oh, I don't have anything to do today, I guess I'll practice. Maybe make it so you know you have to practice a certain amount of time every day, and you can make it reasonable, but don't let yourself blow that off unless you know you're gonna make it up and you have a good reason to. But I would say actually block out a period of time to practice and schedule your free time around that. My mom. I do not know your mom, but she's probably a wonderful woman. What software do you use to edit your videos? I use Final Cut Pro X. It's really good. I enjoy it. How was your winter break? That was a while ago. Oh yeah, I'm filming this Q&A so late. I asked for these questions like months ago. But winter break was very good. It was very restful, and it gave me a lot of time to kind of reevaluate what I need to be focusing on and when, which is something that everyone needs to think of regardless of if it's a break or not. I don't know. But yeah, it's just necessary sometimes to give yourself that time to recharge. What inspired you to be vegan? At the time when I went vegan about 4 years ago, I was really into it. I was very passionate about it, and while I still believe in some of those causes, it just kind of isn't really the right lifestyle for me anymore. It's not very practical with my life now, and I started having some vitamin deficiencies and that kind of stuff, so while I was vegan for almost 4 years, I think, I am not anymore. What's your favorite movie about an intimate relationship between a bee and a human? You like jazz? What's your opinion on the soda cactus cooler? I kind of live under a rock, and if this is like a pop culture reference or something, I don't know. Or if it's an actual drink, I don't know. I'm gonna look this up. I'm a sick fuck. I like the quick fuck. Oh, is that from that song that's like really popular? I don't know. My boyfriend played this for me an absurd amount of times. I'm like that bitch that listens to Tchaikovsky in the corner and like occasionally some like indie lo-fi shit on SoundCloud. Hot dogs with soup? Oh, actually, funny story. There's this guy at my school, a good person. I had a dream that he was cutting up a meal in the kitchen, and he was literally just taking raw hot dogs and putting them in boiling water and letting that cook, and then eating the soup that he made, which was basically the water with hot dog juices and like the chunks, and that was his meal. And it's just, I don't know, I came up to him that next day, and it's just how I remember him now. And eat it or beat it. I don't know what this means. It sounds inappropriate, so I'm going to leave now. Okay, that was my fancy Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!